Hi, my name is Victor.
And I'm Katie.
And we're here today to talk about how golf became a sport.
We'll go through all the steps from its foundation to today's commercialization.
We're going to start our presentation with a clip and want you to think of one thing.
Who do you think was more excited about this shot at the 2005 Masters, Tiger or Nike?
Well, here it comes. Oh my goodness.
We're going to start with the development of golf, starting with the foundation. The modern game of golf can be traced back to the ancient Roman game of paganica, in which participants used a bent stick to hit a leather ball.
Golf as we know it, however, began in 15th century Scotland and quickly rose due to its popularity within the royal family.
Here, Mary Queen of Scots regularly called the students carrying her clubs cadets, which is the origin of the word caddy.
Next, we will explore the codification. The oldest surviving rules of golf were compiled in 1744 by the Company of Gentlemen's Golfers. This association was later renamed the Honourable Company of Edinburgh Golfers and has evolved into today's R&A, the largest governing body of European golf.
Golf does not go through a stratification period because leagues formation is irrelevant to an individual game such as golf. So we will next explore professionalism.
The Open Championship was the first major golf tournament hosted in 1860. However, prize money was not awarded to winners until 1863. 3 other tours followed, including the PGA, LPGA, and European tours. In golf, professionals are divided into 2 sectors, general professionals and tournament pros. Tournament pros are the golfers you would have heard of who compete in the national PGA tours. However, general professionals, who spend most of the time working at other jobs, occasionally hold positions at country clubs and play in smaller tournaments in their individual area. Next, we will discover post-professionalism.
Golf has always had a very strong amateur underbelly supporting professional play. In America, the USGA, and in Europe, the R&A, have very strict rules defining amateur status. Together, they host the Amateur Championship, the winner of which is invited to play one of the 4 majors in an effort to bridge the gap between amateur and professional golf. Unlike some sports, you don't have to be selected to play professionally, you can simply work your way there.
Next, we will look at the commercialization of golf. The PGA has experienced commercialization in 3 main ways, the first of which being the paying of prize money to winning golfers. When the British Open first started, players were not rewarded for winning. Starting in 1864, however, the British Open changed the game by paying a whopping £6 to the top golfer. The prize would be equivalent to £259 today. 31 years later, the US Open paid $150 to the winner of the tour and has paid winners ever since. In 2012, the PGA paid over $310 million in prize money to the winner of its 45 different events. As you can see, the commercialization of golf has made it quite the affluent game for its players.
The second way the PGA has experienced commercialization is through its broadcasting. However, unlike some other sports, there is not much of broadcasting war over the rights to show the tour. For the past 30 years, the PGA has split the broadcasting between NBC, CBS, and the Golf Channel. This ensures that both those with basic and digital cable will be able to see some of the tournaments. The most recent deal was a 7-year contract for a combine of total $2.8 billion between the 3 networks. This is a main source of the PGA's income, but 66% of it is paid directly to the players through prize money. In addition to television, Sirius XM has the sole right to radio broadcasting of all the PGA events. This, however, is a much less popular form for fans.
The final way commercialization has affected golf is through endorsements. In the 1960s, Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, and Gary Player were very famous golfers who helped to grow the sport tremendously. They were also the first golfers to sign endorsement contracts with Titleist, agreeing to play their ball exclusively. The amount of this deal was not disclosed, however, we can assume it was much less than the endorsement contracts that surround golf today. Even today, however, long after their days of playing are over, golfers such as Palmer and Nicklaus generate revenues through products and course design. More recently, Nike launched themselves in the golf industry by signing Tiger Woods in 1995 for $40 million over 4 years. This was a major contract at the time and placed Nike Golf on the map, but it seems like nothing compared to Rory McIlroy's most recent contract with Nike for almost $250 million.
The golf industry as a whole generates approximately $76 billion annually between endorsement, broadcasting, and merchandise sale. This is a very expensive sport played by somewhat wealthy players who have a lot of money to spend on equipment, clothing, etc.
Golf hasn't experienced any form of post-commercialization at this time. We believe this is because golf isn't a widely appreciated sport. Their main market is other golfers. They appeal well to a niche market and are able to generate billions of dollars by doing so. Because of the wealthy nature of the sport, they haven't needed to change in any way to appeal to mass audiences.
Now that we've looked through how golf became a sport, we're going to look at its current governance structure. The UCGA is primary governing golf body in the US. They were formed in 1894 to resolve the question of a national amateur championship. At this time, there were multiple leagues trying to host a national tournament, so the USGA was formed to administer rules that all must abide by and run national tournaments.
The Royal and Ancient Golf Club of St. Andrews, or RNA for short, was formed in Europe in 1897 and performs the same duties as the USGA but for the European Tour.
In 1952, the two ruling bodies combined forces to issue rules and regulations jointly, making the sport slightly more global and also making it easier for American players to play in Europe or vice versa.
Next, we will explore the two main issues facing golf today, the first of which being the lack of a global tour. 12 of the top 25 players worldwide come from Europe, but there are fewer tournaments week to week that feature all or even most of the top players. The formation of a global tour could generate higher revenues and a much more competitive game. Also, it would help spread the sport's popularity abroad.
The second main issue facing golf today is known as the Tiger effect. In Tiger Woods' recent absence from the game, TV viewing dropped 30%. Some broadcasters think that if he doesn't make his way back to the top, the viewing might never recover. Many bandwagon fans would only watch to see Tiger play, and he greatly grew the popularity of the sport. We believe, however, he is just the most recent superstar, and though he might be on his way out, young and upcomers such as Rory McIlroy will soon take the spotlight and generate the viewing that Tiger once had.
We will now conclude by showing a Nike commercial since Rory McIlroy signed as their new spokesperson. This shows that Nike is trying to place him in the new limelight, but also still maintains a good relationship with Tiger.
Thank you for watching our presentation. We hope you enjoyed it.
Any questions?
Not bad, not bad.
Oh, it's gonna be like that, huh? Ah, someone wants to play.
Just trying to keep up with the old guy, you know?
Dude, is that your real hair?
Is that all you got? Go, go. I just can't miss today. Do you ever get days like that? Hey, Tiger, you looking? You looking? If you want that one went there. How'd you do that?
You'll learn.